Hello, everyone. It is Monday again. A week has gone by really quickly, I might add.
Yeah, really quickly.
It is 6:30 EST. Thank you for joining us for our live stream once again.
I was actually streaming like until maybe 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago.
Yeah,
And
you were doing your silent stream.
yeah, I was working on some pages.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I noticed the time and I was, oh, we need to stop this and go to eat very fast and do the talking part of the stream.
Yes.
So this is it.
This is it.
Now we are talking.
Do you have any books that you wanted to talk about or any art that you wanted to
I
talk
do
about?
have. Let's see if people are
Online?
online on the chat.
We can see. Let me see here. So,
And
chat.
if anybody was here just before,
Mm-hmm.
you can let us know.
It's not this. What is this? I don't think anyone's here yet, but we can start, and whoever watches it back afterwards will see the beginning portion as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. I ordered a book,
Yeah.
which is very cool. It's Decadence and Desire by Aubrey Beardsley. He's like one of the most famous illustrators in the Art Nouveau style. It's like one of the main names that you hear when you talk about Art Nouveau illustration. So it's a lot of it is like history and it's kind of maybe it's too small to show his art, but I really like the way the cover looks. This is a very famous illustration by him. And also the back cover, very famous. I think it's the Medusa. And I think the reason I really like his art is the line styles. So he plays a lot with different types of lines, and I don't think people do that in modern illustration. So for example, here you see the white over the blacks, and you see the dotted lines to like show something that is maybe a bit less intense than like our regular line. And for in here, for example, oh, I don't have a light.
Yeah, that's why it was
That's why, yeah.
much better.
So, yeah, that now you can see. Oops.
Sorry about that.
So let me show this again. So here, for example, you see the line is dotted and it's not like a continuous line, and it shows a little bit of the material here, but in other places it shows like the something that is more soft maybe. For here, for example, you see that exterior lines are very thick, and the lines here that represents the fabric are shown in a like a dotted style. And here it's more maybe more longer, like dashed line. So that's very cool, and I try to do that more and more with my drawings, because it actually didn't came from when I started doing it. So that's a great illustration. It's crazy.
That's very cool.
You can see also it's so small, but you can barely see. But these are like lines that have other lines around them, so it's not just one line to
Maybe you
indicate like a
can
fold.
show it closer to the Ozbot.
It's you can barely see it because the print is so.
Oh, so you're saying there's like a sketch and then there's the ink on top.
No, I'm saying that there is a line and around it there's like squiggly lines.
Really? I can't.
Yeah, you can barely see it, but I saw this image like in a bigger printing.
That
so
looks like a contemporary work.
It's pretty contemporary. I think it's from the beginning of the 20th century.
No, I mean like it looks modern, if to
I
use a word
so
loosely.
it's from 1892.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, the end of the 19th century.
So
It's a long time
this
ago.
is really cool as well. So the only bad thing about this is that prints are so small and you can barely see the details. So
Yeah.
I need to find maybe to order like a bigger book with his art because I really like it. So I started doing the dotted lines and dashed line, and it came from architecture, not from Art Nouveau.
Mm.
But then I saw that Beardsley uses, like, so in architecture when you like do a sketch or like a plan blueprints, you can like show different type of uh, of things with the different line types. So for example, if you want to show like a room that has maybe a door and next to it there's a, let's say, a staircase.
Mm-hmm.
So for this is, for example, this is like how do you say, a rail, like a rail, something that is not going to the ceiling, it's only halfway.
Right.
Then you usually would do something like this, so that the walls are gonna be like in a very thick lines,
Right.
and that's supposed to indicate like that it's cut. So
Right.
the section plane, it's cutting the walls.
Yeah.
But this is like a thin line to indicate that it's not.
It doesn't touch the ceiling.
Yeah, it doesn't touch the ceiling. And there's a lot of, so if you want to like show maybe like there's something above you that is not cut. For example, maybe there's a different type of ceiling here, then you do the dashed line. So because I was doing a lot of architecture, I took this idea of like a lines that are not very like not supposed to indicate something that is very
solid or
yeah, solid or
other reasons as
yeah.
well.
So I started using it, and then I saw here. Uh, I think I saw it first with the RS Sheriffs, which is another Art Nouveau artist.
Yeah.
And they do all this kind of different kinds of lines, and I think it's very. Oh, this is what I said earlier. Here you can see it more clearly.
Yeah.
You see that there's a
the squiggly, the little lines.
Yeah,
coming
there's
out.
a line, and there's another line, like a squiggly line, and it softens the lines for it.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't see any other illustrators play with this like different types of lines, and I think it's very cool, and you can like, it helps you there to show like different type of volumes to indicate different type of ideas.
Mm-hmm. Rob says, have you seen Ralph Steadman's illustrations for Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring that up on the screen. Here, we'll show the right monitor. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see this is some of the illustrations that he did.
Yeah, I really like his stuff.
And I think Ralph Steadman is also famous for like splattering ink on the paper. Is he not?
I think
that's
so,
who he
yeah.
is, right? yeah, to indicate motion or
Very
chaos.
messy lines. Yeah, here you can see it here.
Yeah,
like
there it is. Yeah, here we go.
splatter.
These like
Yeah.
splitter splatters.
A lot of artists do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it fits my style, so I never use it.
Yeah.
And it also makes a lot of mess. Usually you do it with a toothbrush.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you have to have a dedicated space for that.
Yeah. We do have, but maybe not enough.
Yesterday, so we moved into a relatively new building. Did they say that they built it in 2020, so just 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And
so.
everything, all the furnishings, well, I mean, like the laminated floor, and then there's the doors and the handles and
I'm gonna
all of the-
start inking while you're talking about
Okay.
it.
It's all new, right? So I guess in my subconscious mind, I think about it as a hotel. And yesterday, the towel, I was showering and the towel fell on the floor and it got a little bit dirty. And I said, oh no, the hotel is going to be angry. And I was like, wait a minute, this is my towel. It can get dirty. I can wash it. But yeah, I keep thinking about it as a hotel because we have a concierge on the in the lobby.
Yeah, and there's a
Yeah, cleaning everyday
yeah.
cleaning, like they clean every single day, and yeah, basically
And there's a gym.
there's a
and
gym, there's a PA
pool,
system. When
a
they do
pool.
fire drills, everyone in each apartment can. So it's a 45-story building, but so there's thousands of residents here, right?
Yeah. Isn't there a thing that in hotels you're supposed to
Well, maybe not
like,
thousands, but hundreds of residents.
you're supposed to like leave your not dirty, like the towels that you use, you're supposed to leave them on the floor.
I think maybe at one point that was a thing. I'm not sure it's still, or maybe in some regions of the world. I'm not 100% convinced that still exists.
Yeah, I'm not sure
What
as
is
well.
this page that you're?
Yeah, so I basically I need to finish this. It's not that I have like a specific deadline for it, but I do want to finish with it before I go on to the next thing. And it's the same comic that I did in the last stream. I think the last stream was the first page. And this is page maybe 5 or 6. And it's not that I have a deadline for it, but I do want to finish it to move on. And I think maybe next week, after I finish this, I can move back to my to the comic I've started here before. But so I cannot like tell you what this is exactly, but it's a comic about like magic in a more like a superhero, I guess, lens or something like that. You can say that.
Usually when you start drawing and we wrap up our sort of introduction and conversation and showing books and
Are you gonna open the drink?
that this is what happens. So now that we got that out of the way. So who is, or is that like
what?
Is that a mask or is it the actual character's head?
No, that's the actual character's head.
What is it, a dog or
I made a mistake.
a coyote?
I think it's something like more like a dog or something between maybe a dog and a rat.
Looks like Anubis.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like
a jackal.
Some sort of like devilish sort of
rabid
character.
Yeah.
more or less. But yeah, so I do want to finish with it before I go back to my other stuff. So that's why I did 2 pages today already.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to see them, you can see them in the previous
The
stream.
silent streams from today on YouTube or Twitch. No, Twitch doesn't record it, right?
Twitch, I think they do record, but only for maybe 24 hours
Oh yeah, it
afterwards.
stays up for a limited amount of time.
So nobody told me that I shouldn't show this, so I figured it's okay because it's not that we have like a lot of viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So you're whoever is watching this, you're getting like a sneak peek or
Sneaku peeku.
like more than I don't know. You're getting a peek to something that's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be very cool. But yeah, the story is like sort of like magical and like dark fantasy, urban dark fantasy superhero
Right.
magic type, something like that.
So do you think that it would be possible to sort of splice a human with a coyote or a jackal and have a human body with a jackal head?
I think you can like make easily you can make like a plastic surgery to be able to look like a coyote.
Easily?
I don't think it's that hard. Is it hard?
Well, you have to sort of invent the entire snout and reshape the skull completely, right? So
Yeah, but you can like do a I don't know snout transplant or I don't know.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of, do you think if we knew everything there was to know about genetics, would it be possible, it should be possible theoretically, to create any type of creature that you'd like with experimentation?
Yeah, theoretically, yes. I think it's
Because I
possible.
mean, genes have created jackals and they've created human beings in the same system.
Yeah,
So
theoretically, if you know, like, if you can control, if you know the code, like in a like
yeah,
100% perfect way, you can encode anything.
right.
Not anything, but things that are in the realm of like possibility, like
What?
combining different type of mammals and
Yeah. Do you think that any cryptids exist? What's
mm,
the probability?
depends on how you describe cryptids.
Well, so I'll give you examples. So like what would you give the probability in percentages for like Sasquatch to exist or Bigfoot?
I think something like maybe point
Oh, really?
zero point zero five
Oh,
percent.
I give it like a 5%, we'll say.
5%, that's a lot.
It's not a lot. I'm 95% certain that Bigfoot doesn't exist. That's another way of saying it. You can't be 100% certain, and I think 0.0 something is basically zero. Like I would accept a 1% or a 2%, but I think point something is not. It's negligible. But I don't, I mean, could be. Maybe in an alternate universe somehow there's Bigfoot and it bleeds into
Alternate
our
universe, it doesn't like
hmm.
it's not like you can't like count it. It's not
Why? It could bleed into our reality for some reason. Like maybe there's soft spots that have windows between dimensions or something.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. That actually, I would say I would give that a higher probability for existing. Some sort of like, um, Yeah, like a mixing of some sort of portal or a soft spot between universes. I would give that a higher probability. I'd say like 15%. But yeah,
15% probability that there's a way to travel between two different
well, a
universes.
way that maybe is like is a natural occurrence, like fracture points,
Mm.
sort of like fracture points in tectonic plates, or um, yeah, just
I would give it like a much lower
like
percentage,
1%.
even lower, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you? That's really low though. I mean, my rule of thumb is always, I think, every in every age, people feel as though that their science know, or the religion, or whatever the system is that they live under, has discovered everything and knows everything, and they've always been wrong. So there's no reason to assume that we're the first generation in which it's true. There's so much more
I'm not
to,
saying that we know everything. It's not
yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't believe
Yeah,
that
no, I
there's
know. But that's the reason that I allow it some wiggle room. Like I don't know. There's probably a lot that we still have not
Of course,
discovered.
the right answer is I don't know, but
Yeah,
we are talking about percentages, so I think the
yeah.
percentages are low.
Hmm.
I'm not saying zero. I'm
Yeah,
saying like very low.
yeah.
But
What about the Loch Ness
who am I to
Monster?
know?
What percentage do you give the
The Loch
Loch?
Ness,
Yeah,
97%.
that it exists?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Only the Loch Ness
What are you talking
monster.
about?
No, no, I'm just
No,
kidding.
that's not. I mean, Loch Ness Monster, if it's
That's
if
the
it's like a
most
big serpent or something,
that's the most stupid cryptid.
it is? No,
I
there are
think
there are
so.
stranger ones. Have you ever heard of the Mothman?
Yeah, of course.
I think that's a bit more like weird than the Loch Ness monster. It's shaped like a person, but it has wings and glowing red eyes, and it flies around scaring people.
Hmm.
But then like no one knows where it comes from and anything else about it. That's kind of weirder than the Loch Ness monster to me, because I could explain the Loch Ness monster way more easily
Yeah, it
as
was
being
like
like,
like a branch in the water.
yeah,
There's
well, no,
only
I'm
like
I'm not. I'm
one
saying
photo of them.
if there is some sort of life form that people mistakenly, or that people label as the Loch Ness monster. Let's say there's like a remnant of a giant eel, or I don't know what, like a big reptile or something in the water.
There's nothing there.
Probably not.
It's just like a photo that was
Yeah,
somebody took a photo that you see like a I don't know a plant
but it
going
it
out of the water.
but there's more of a chance that that exists than there is the Mothman. I think.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
so. Like, makes more sense
I guess so. Yeah.
biologically.
Maybe it's just an ugly man.
That flies and
Oh,
has wings.
it flies.
It flies, yeah. It flies, it has wings, it's hairy, and it has red glowing eyes. Like, why would. There's no animal that we know of on Earth that has glowing eyes, is there? I don't think
There's
so.
glowing animals in the sea.
No,
I
but their
guess that
eyes don't glow. They're like, they have, I guess, like fluorescent or bioluminescent chemicals in their body, but I don't think their eyes glow.
I'm sure there's a fish that its eyes glow,
Really,
like deep sea
that
fish.
would be
Maybe.
spooky, actually.
Yeah, deep sea
Deep sea
creatures
creatures look
are
like, yeah,
they're crazier than any cryptid that people
yeah.
invent,
It's outer space.
and it's like it exists.
It's basically they're basically alien creatures. Like a lot of them are transparent, and they have,
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of the cryptids that people invented, like in the sea, like sea creatures,
mhm,
are based on like real fish that I don't know that they saw.
yeah,
They
or whales, or like oarfish, or there's a giant squid actually exists. That's a good point though, because like maybe 25 or 30 years ago,
They weren't sure that
if
it
you said that you
exists.
believe that there's a huge squid in the ocean, like a giant squid, it was the same. People would laugh at it in the same way that they would laugh. It was bunched up with like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, but
But
it's
we have
different.
discovered that it exists, right? So
But
all of a sudden, retroactively,
yeah, but there's a difference because now you can basically you can like map. I know that the deep sea creatures that a lot of them aren't discovered yet, and there's a lot to discover more.
yeah,
But it's easier to like, for example, in a lake like the Loch Ness Monster,
right.
they, it's not that hard to see that there's nothing there.
It's a
So
huge lake and it's really deep.
yeah, but they have like scanners and
Yeah.
they can see if there's
I would give the
something big.
yeah, I would give the probability that there's something in there that people are seeing and calling like an actual living organism that is there and they're calling it the Loch Ness Monster and seeing it. I would give that like a 2%.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I think there's a more chance of Bigfoot existing than there
It's
is.
so funny that all the cryptids and alien like conspiracies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So people have phones.
right.
Why all the photos that we have of this stuff are like low res, like photos like that you can't see anything in. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. Maybe the answer is that these occurrences are very rare. And then like the chance that
but
you
if there's a like a huge creature, people would see it.
it depends. There are still many species on Earth that we have yet to discover.
Mostly like smaller sized
No,
creatures,
they actually discover new
or in
mammals
the
every year. There's
or inside the sea.
no, there's discovery of land animals every single year, like all sorts of
Yeah,
different
it's mostly
birds
it's mostly in the Amazon
and
and
yeah,
like in a
frogs
very
and yeah.
like in a forest setting.
But aliens is a good one. So what do you think is the probability that okay, let's start with like a really zoomed out picture. So what do you think the probability is that there exists some sort of life somewhere in the galaxy?
Like when you say life, you mean the same carbon-based
No, it
life that
doesn't
we
have to be
have.
carbon based, but let's say sentient life. So sentient would mean like a dog is sentient, a cat is sentient.
Okay, so I think it's pretty high.
What would you give the percentage as being?
But it's possible that there's not. So I
Yeah.
sentient, I
I don't
think maybe it's maybe I think 80%.
no, I would go higher. It's just so incredibly gigantic.
Yeah, I know.
There's no way that like even randomly
There is way.
statistically,
There is way.
yeah, it's not I don't if there were only like let's say one galaxy in the universe then maybe, but there are also like multiple billions of galaxies.
Yeah.
So that's just way statistically too much for it not to have.
That's why I said 80.
Yeah. But I think if aliens do like people report beings that are bipedal and
I
have
don't know
two
what
arms.
happened. What happened here?
What happened? Oh, I think it dripped or something, did it not?
No.
How do you plan on fixing that?
Whiteout.
Yeah. So I think what I was saying is I think that like if people are actually seeing bipedal, two arms, one head, right? Aliens that are more or less look they have the same body plan as human beings. I don't think that if that is actually happening, I don't think that's coming from a different star system. I think it's coming from like the future or I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
or underground or something because it seems to share too much with
Unless there's what's the name of the theory that life came from a different planet?
panspermia.
Panspermia.
But I think panspermia is, well, yeah, maybe there's like a directed panspermia, but basically, I don't know. I mean,
It's possible that an asteroid like with some sort of like a single cell organism
Yeah.
carried on it
Right.
by,
Yeah.
and it entered the atmosphere and somehow survived
Impact.
the impact and the heat.
Right. Well, if it's like deep inside a big rock, that can happen, but
It's possible.
yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
it's not.
I don't know, it's hard for me to explain, but just the idea that life originated on Earth, it seems like ludicrous to me.
Why?
It seems so like human centric and
But you say life, not human. Like life in
no, life
general.
in general. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know
Why is it human centric?
because you know how a long time ago we used to believe that the Earth was in the center of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an extension of that. So we've gotten over that. We had to kill people who said otherwise before we came to the same conclusion and accepted it, by the way. But we've gotten over that part of it, but we still view life here on Earth and humanity specifically as being so special and just like the original whatever
I don't think
life
that's the
form.
reason. I don't think we think it's so special. I think there's no other people are looking for other like hints that there's life
Yeah.
on other planets, but never found anything.
I
So
mean, other planets are, if you're talking about extrasolar planets outside of our solar system, they're so far away.
yeah,
We
they
don't
are.
have the technological means to accurately gauge if something is, not
So yeah,
natural or
that's actually interesting because we talked about it a few days ago, if you
right.
remember. That I was thinking about like theoretically, if you have so basically you're you're receiving like information that comes to you from every direction. So information by information, I'm specifically I'm talking here about light. So the Earth is receiving light information from stars and galaxies, and sometimes sometimes we can see reflected light from planets. So I was thinking
Yeah.
if we theoretically if we have like the 100% perfect sensor that can sense light,
Mm,
if we can see with a I don't know telescope or something like that,
right.
maybe we can be able to see like zoomed in planets and
See the surface
see
of
the
other planets.
surface of.
I think maybe theoretically that's possible, but you'd need that your sensor would have to have the surface area of many planets, I think. It would have to
Okay,
be a
but
gigantic, like extremely huge
I
sensor.
read about it a little bit,
Yeah.
and for like the current technology, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You need like a huge telescope
Yeah.
but I don't know if maybe it's possible to think about a different technology to receive a sensor that can receive light. But there's other problems.
Right.
So
What are the other?
there's uh, there's wave refractions
Yes.
and deformations
Yeah,
that
refraction and diffraction. Yeah.
before the light comes to you, it absorbs all kinds of other photons and it gets mixed together with other sources of information.
Yeah.
And it's basically will be impossible to determine what the specific thing that you're seeing. You will get the photons that are maybe reflected from an object, but it will be with so many other things that it will be basically impossible. But I don't know, maybe there's a way to speculate what you're
Mm.
seeing, like in some sort of I don't know, an
Large
AI
language
model.
model. Yeah,
Yeah,
something that like sort of looks at thousands
speculate.
of uh, years worth of information
Mm-hmm.
calculated, and maybe, yeah, that's a possibility. Have you ever heard of von Neumann probes?
It sounds familiar, but
So this is like a speculation by, I'm guessing by von Neumann, in which he said that, if an extremely advanced society decided to colonize a galaxy, they wouldn't necessarily like physically enter a spaceship and then like take thousands of years to reach other planets and other solar systems,
mm-hmm.
but they would probably first create a self-replicating technology that sort of,
Isn't it what they talked about in there was the Chinese author. What's his
yeah,
name?
well, yeah, I think that maybe that they used, yeah, the three body problem.
Three body
I
problem.
don't recall if there was von Neumann probes there,
I
but
think
yeah, it makes
so.
sense that there would be some sort of it. But then, yeah, so basically it would fly out to the next solar system over and find the raw materials that it needed to generate more probes,
Mm-hmm.
and then spread like in basically like a virus, but also exponentially spread, because each new point that reaches a solar system creates thousands of new probes that go out in all directions.
Mm-hmm.
And then each one of those creates hundreds or thousands of more probes. So they calculated how long it would take to.
But what's the reason for that? What
Oh, it could be any reason. It could be to take over the universe. It could be to expand your territory, mine for
but it
resources.
seems like they don't get the information back
Right.
in this manner.
Well, I mean, you could speculate about sublight or like hyperspace or some sort of quantum entangled communication system. There's a lot that we still don't know about
Mm-hmm.
physics, but there could be any number of reasons, right? It could be like a, so that does sort of tie in with the three body problem, in which it was like a uh, preemptive sort of like welcome party that sort of got things in order before
Mm-hmm.
everything arrives, right? I don't know what that would.
Yeah, I think that was part of the show
And
in
to lay
three
down sort
bodies
of the
problem.
groundwork for an armada coming later or whatever information that was going to arrive at a later date. And
It's
then
exactly what humans do now.
how do we do that?
We send probes to
Oh
Mars
yeah,
and
but they don't self-replicate. That's the big difference.
no, but they like gather information and
Yeah,
sends back
I think
information.
that's a big difference. Having something that sort of just you send it out and you know that it creates copies of itself and it self-perpetuates is a big, big, big difference between that and like the Voyager probe.
But
That's
I
basically,
think when they started talking about maybe like I don't know, Elon Musk is talking about maybe I don't know, using Mars as another human base, or I don't know what the hell he talks about. So he was saying that we need to find like ways to use the resources that we have there and not like use the same technology that we use here on Earth, and just try to find ways to like make it more reasonable to build a new society there.
yeah, colony. I mean, if you do that, then your chances of the human race surviving into the future are
That's what
much, much
yeah,
higher,
that's what I think that's what he's
because then
talking
you don't
about.
have all of your eggs in one basket. Yeah. So and asteroids have slammed into Earth in the past and have generated a lot of chaos, and there have been many die-offs of species that also had nothing to do with asteroids. There's
But
ice ages that
there's a way to
recur.
stop asteroids now.
Well, yeah, I mean theoretically, but it could be any number of things, right? It could be viral, it could be space debris, it could be ice age, it could be any type of upheaval that
I
happens.
think if it's viral, it's gonna like So Mars is not that far from here.
No, it's
Not,
very far from here.
it's not that far. You can, like, with the current technology, you can get there in 9 months.
That's
So-
very far. A virus is not going to be able to just appear
No,
there.
but
I don't think you're gonna.
theoretically, if we have people there, then they are coming from Earth. So that's
There would probably be protocols, but yeah, I don't see how in the foreseeable future we could have many people going back and forth between Mars and Earth
I
all
think
the time.
I
You think so?
yeah.
But so you basically think that we're gonna have technology that we don't yet have? That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
okay.
so.
Yeah, you think
Like-
that we'll
like-
be able to get there in like 2 days or something?
No,
'Cause otherwise-
not 2 days, but maybe faster than they're talking about nuclear technology to like make the voyage much faster, but it's not gonna be 2 days. So
Yeah. So it says that it takes light between 3 and 22 minutes. That's a big discrepancy to travel from Earth to Mars, depending on, oh yeah, it depends on what their positions are in their orbits, right? Because there are
Yeah.
points at which we are closer to each other.
mm-hmm.
So it could take anywhere between 3 minutes and 22 minutes for light to travel between Earth and Mars.
I don't think it's possible to be able to
Reach light
To
speed.
reach light
No, I
speed,
don't
no.
think that. I don't think we can reach light speed in the way that conventionally we think about it, in which you like push yourself off and go faster and faster. I don't think that's possible. But I think it's probable that there is some sort of alternate physics in which you end up going faster than light, but you don't travel in a straight line.
You mean like a wormhole or
Yeah, like
or-
folding space-time. I mean, there's black holes that exist, so you know that space
Yeah,
is
but
very, very malleable.
It takes like the amount of energy it takes
Oh,
to
of
like
course.
create a, to
No,
create
of course.
something like
But
that.
just the fact that you have that example of space being so folded and stretched out in that way means that maybe it could happen in more subtle ways. So it's just showing you what is possible. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna create a black hole, but who knows what type of technology could make you sort of like snap into a different part of the galaxy almost momentarily. We don't. I wouldn't. You know.
Do you think that people in the chat find this interesting, or are we
Perhaps
just
let's ask them.
talking gibberish and
No,
nonsense?
I don't think it's gibberish because we understand each other, but we can ask. So who of you all in the chat and during the live stream is on right now? And can you say if the conversation is interesting or not? I'd like to hear your opinions. That's a very small head that you're drawing at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's hard. I do have this, and it does help, you know, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, that seems much. You
But
can.
it's hard for me to
Do you
that,
know what
so-
kind of a magnification, what the amount of magnification is with it?
It's
It's like,
times 10, I think.
oh wow, yeah, that makes a big difference. Yeah, but you won't be able to do it live because then your head would have to be in the frame.
Yeah,
Right, the angles are all set up for non-magnified drawing.
and also it does magnify what
Yeah.
you see, but it doesn't like magnify your ability to control your hand. So
That's funny, yeah. Right.
it's true. So
Yeah.
I can't like be more precise
Yeah.
if I see it bigger. I can
Actually,
but-
you can. It's the other way around because you see way more magnified, but you are aware more of the fact that every single motion that you make is not as precise as you need it to be for that magnification. Like you move your hand and it just goes in some weird direction.
I'm not sure I got what you're
Basically,
saying.
I was saying what you were saying, where it doesn't improve your ability to move precisely.
Yeah,
It just
it
improves
doesn't
your.
improve. Yeah.
And it makes you more self-aware, which is what I was trying. You see your hand moving under the magnification, and it sort of feels way more loose than what
it
it's
feels
supposed to be.
harder to
Right.
control because
Yeah.
you see it like you see all the like the movement, the tiny imperfect movements.
Yeah. Is it just 4 panels on this page?
Yeah.
Of equal size. Yeah.
Yeah, the layout of this page is very boring. But it's supposed to be like that to make the other parts of the story more impactful.
Right.
Because if you go with every part like and do crazy things, then it's all gonna be the same, like same pace. And it makes more sense to make some parts more exaggerated and like psychedelic, I guess, and other parts like more regular.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do we have any questions?
No, I don't see any questions. And I don't think Jamie is here because usually they write hi and, you know, say, how have you been during the past week? And we ask it back. So I don't know if they're here. From Pinto Plate says, hi, I'm new. You are good at drawing.
Thank you.
Thank you from Pinto Plate, and hi, right back at ya. Welcome.
You're good at drawing too. Maybe.
Me?
I don't know. Whoever said that. No, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe yes.
Would you say that you're good at drawing if you're still online?
What do you mean?
No, I'm asking
Oh,
from
okay.
Pinto Plate. I don't know if they're still here because I think that it was like a while ago that they wrote that in the chat on YouTube.
So I was drawing all day, so usually.
Do your eyes not get tired when you do that all day long?
No, my eyes? No.
Yeah.
No.
Because I'm doing some like vector graphics. I've been doing that for the past few days, and I noticed that my eyes get sort of like watery and tired staring at the screen, at least when I'm doing like technical things.
Actually, no. I don't think so.
Maybe because it's not a screen.
Yeah, it's not a screen, but I don't know. I think the problem with the screen is the light.
Yeah.
That's why they say that using a Kindle or anything similar to that, it's
Easier on the eyes.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like an actual piece
And
of
I
paper.
do have a light here
Yeah.
underneath the.
Oh yeah, but that
The
it ends
paper.
up being much less bright than a screen when you have the page on it like that. For
Mm,
sure.
yeah. When I try using the magnifying glass, it does hurt the eyes because you like
Yeah.
switch between different types of.
I think that's what's happening with me with the
resolution.
with the vector graphics because I keep zooming in and zooming out, and my eyes need to sort of like readjust. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm switching. I'm switching between.
What are you eating?
I'm switching between looking at very like small details of a specific region to my eyes darting around the entire screen. I think that's what's.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm giving this character the So here I drew like a shorter cigarette, and here it's like a longer cigarette. Maybe
He's
I
reverse
picked.
smoking. The longer he does it, the cigarette gets longer instead of
Is
shorter.
it healthier to do reverse smoking?
Yeah, because then
Sounds
you
it sounds healthier.
take all of the tar in your lungs and you
You.
funnel them into the cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
How has no one invented healthy cigarettes yet? I don't think that you can with like lighting it with an actual.
With fire?
Yeah, no,
No.
but you could invent something that looks like a cigarette that you inhale and
Vape.
it repairs your lungs instead of.
Vape.
I don't think that anyone has invented a vape that is
That is
healthy.
healthy.
No, I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
I think I once saw something that is very weird that is supposed to help people like um
Quit smoking?
yeah, quit smoking.
What was it?
And it was like a necklace that you put on,
A necklace?
and it only has like a small tube,
Okay.
and you do like you act like you're smoking, but you basically you just like
Why don't you act like you're smoking without the necklace?
I think it helps for people that are addicted to the like the act of doing the
Right, the
smoking.
motion. Yeah.
But it was so funny. So they sell a necklace with a small tube, and that's it. And it's supposed to help you quit smoking.
Yeah.
Maybe it does help. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure that
But it does. I
yeah.
think it does help. I think it's just a way to make some money on nothing. And if you sell like a jewelry as something that's supposed to be healthy.
Mm.
I looked at the video before, and we had a lot of views. So
How many views did it say?
before, I think it was something like 30.
30 for the silent stream today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now is your chance to
What?
ask questions.
Right, if anyone has any
Because
questions.
before, when I work during the day,
Yeah.
I'm not able to see the chat, so I
Yeah.
can't talk. But now I can.
Rob from the beach.
So what?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Rob's. I don't think, because I've seen Rob on here before, but I'm not sure it was from the beach. Maybe they changed or maybe I'm just not recalling correctly. Rob, were you always from the beach?
And which one?
Just Rob.
No, which beach?
Oh, which beach? Okay, yeah.
this character that I'm inking now, I had a lot of fun designing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be like a young David Bowie type.
Yeah.
Oh, we said we'll talk maybe about the podcast that was before. It
That we
was
were
very
listening to.
interesting.
So what did you find the most interesting about it?
I think there's I don't know if I heard something that is very like new or something that I didn't know before, but maybe the extent of it. So it was, I'm not sure what's the name of the person that was talking, but maybe you can find it.
Yeah, I'll take a look in a second. What did you find interesting about it?
So he was um, a Syrian culture specialist,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows how to read cuneiform,
Mm-hmm.
and just the extent and the amount that they found is like
Isn't it wild to be
interesting.
able to read something that ancient? They say that most of the tablets and most of the sort of cylinders that they found, the clay cylinders,
Mm-hmm.
they say that most of it is about bookkeeping, basically,
Yeah, that's true. Because when I
keeping track of who owes who what.
so
And
he's a specialist on the Syrian culture,
right,
but when I worked on Age of Canaan, uh, most of the text that we have from that period was recovered in a site that's called Ugarit,
yeah,
and most of the stuff they found there was like, it's more like tax and
yeah,
ownership documents
yeah,
and like
ledgers.
boring, very boring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe 95% of the stuff they found.
Right,
Like this guy bought this land and
right,
this guy has
mm-hmm.
this,
Yeah,
and marriage documents and like,
right.
and it's so funny that if we think about what they will find in the future, if this society will collapse for some reason,
Yeah.
I think that's also the most of the text they will find is gonna be like that.
What? I don't know. I think like there's a lot of memes now that they probably will have a hard time
Yeah,
understanding.
but think about the all the amount of text that exists in the world.
Right.
I think it's gonna be like maybe more than 95% like boring stuff that says nothing.
Right. Rob says he's the Rob that commissioned the Colossus. So now, right. Now
Oh,
we remember.
hi Rob.
Unseen Michigan asks, "What do you enjoy drawing the most?" I
Mm,
guess it's like a general question.
yeah, I don't know. It's a hard question because I like drawing, so um, I think I like more organic stuff. Maybe animals.
Yeah.
I like drawing animals that I didn't draw before because it gives me an excuse to study anatomy,
Right.
and I can say I pretty much know human anatomy pretty good already. even though you can see like stuff that you never thought about before, but I have human anatomy. But every time I have like for this, for example, I so it's something between a rat and a dog.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me vaguely of
S-
Splinter.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
It's like a grown-up version and a more angry version, maybe.
So when I draw animals that I didn't draw before,
Yeah.
I don't I use reference, but I don't use like the a picture
Yeah, you
or
don't
anything
copy,
like.
you just learn what it looks
I
like.
I Most of the time I look at the skull
Right.
and the muscles on the face, and
Yeah.
it's very cool because it makes it like more interesting looking. So instead of just seeing the outer exterior,
Shapes, volumes,
yeah, stuff that you see on the face or on the body, I'm looking at
the
what's
underlying structure.
yeah, the volume of the shapes,
Right.
and it makes it more interesting.
That was a pretty thorough answer, Unseen Michigan. I hope that satisfied the question. Feel free to ask any other questions you might have, or chime in regarding our previous conversation in the beginning of the video about cryptids. And if you think that, if you find that, you might believe that they exist, which ones do you think that might exist, or
Cryptid, or we
cryptids?
started talking about aliens afterwards.
We did at some point, yeah, and
We agreed
that it
that,
exists somewhere in the galaxy. But then, what do you think? I think
but it wouldn't look like. So that's another thing. So
right,
I have I have another book coming out,
yeah,
but I can't really talk about the name of it or anything like that. But it has basically it has some sort of aliens in it,
yeah,
and I really don't like the way that they depict aliens in movies or other comics or stories or media,
right,
because every time you see an alien in a movie or a drawing, you can like tell yourself what it is made out of, and most of the time it's going to be something that you know. It's going to be like maybe human type, where you see like the big eyes and the basic shapes of humans, like arms and legs,
right.
or it's going to be something else that is based on
An
something that,
animal that exists on
yeah,
Earth,
for example, like a squid,
right,
or like in Alien, it's in the movie Aliens, humanoid
right,
and
yeah. Predator is also humanoid,
humanoid and
bipedal,
maybe the ones that are more like trying to get to distinguish themselves, for like for example Arrival, but they also have like
yeah. They look
things
like
that they look
cephalopods or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
like squids or
There was one movie, I don't recall the name of it, in which the aliens were these like chaotic shapes that of metal that came into existence
yeah,
and
we
disappeared.
talked about it. It was
Right.
with Tom Cruise.
Was it? No, that was War of the Worlds.
Not War of the Worlds, the other one that they keep
Oh,
it's like a game that when he dies he comes back to
they have like
life, and they
time
have.
travel or something, or it's
So the
some sort of
aliens there, yeah,
simulation.
it's like a starfish or
Hmm.
something that is very indistinguishable.
Right.
So when I designed my specific alien,
Yeah.
I was thinking about how can I show something that is not when you see it, because I think if we encounter another type of intelligence or even a life form or anything like that, it's most likely it's not going to be carbon based,
Mm-hmm.
and most likely it's not going to be something that we see and immediately think of a creature or something that is recognizable. It's going to be most likely something that is not, doesn't look like anything
So,
that we know of.
according to your logic, perhaps we've already been looking at something that is an alien sentience, but we don't regard it as such.
Perhaps if it comes here,
Or maybe it's just part of the environment.
maybe.
Like, could the
Then
sun?
it's not an alien. It's a part of Earth.
Well, it could be both. We're also part of the planet and we're sentient. We are made up literally of what the planet is
Yeah,
made
I
up
mean,
of.
when I say alien, I mean something from another planet,
Okay,
not something from here.
right. Okay.
Now, I'm sure there are creatures
I
here
mean,
that we
the
are
sun
not aware
itself could
of.
be sentient. Who knows?
Yeah,
There's no way of really denying that or
yeah. You can you barely can. The only one you're sure about that has consciousness is
yeah,
yourself.
that's called
So
solipsism. It's the yeah, basically what you said. Or perhaps it's a belief that the only consciousness in existence is yours, or the belief that it's the only one that's provable to be conscious. But there's also panpsychism, which I think purports the possibility that everything could be conscious to some extent, that the universe is sort of made out of consciousness, and that matter is like a secondary function of that.
yeah, because yeah, I think they started talking in physics about stuff like that recently.
They have? I haven't.
Yeah, because it's there's a lot of things that they aren't in physics that are somehow
Related to observing.
yeah, observation.
Right.
Most famously the double slit experiment, but there's other stuff
Right.
that they can't explain with current
There's something missing from the
science. Yeah.
model. Yeah.
They know that something is missing because they can't like connect the
Right.
general relativity with the quantum mechanics yet.
Right.
So there's nothing that it's basically it's two different
Systems.
systems
Yeah.
that they didn't find a way to combine them.
I seem to recall vaguely listening to a podcast in which there was a theory that someone came up with a theory that they are actually two different systems, that like quantum mechanics is the rules that govern a specific scale of the universe, and that relativity governs a different scale, and in between there's some sort of intermediary realm in which translation occurs, sort of like how in hydrodynamics you have certain types of whirlpools that occur on a certain scale and different ones that occur on a larger scale.
Yeah, but that sounds like a way to explain your current knowledge
Ignorance.
of the yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think there must be a way to explain everything like in a one combine. They talk about it in physics, like the
Right, the grand unified theory.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if reality is simulated, then that means that physics, the rules of physics, can also change, right?
I don't think so. I think if it's a simulation, it's supposed to be like one like a general rules that occurs in any like scale of the system.
But I'll give you an example. So what I mean is, when we do simulations, we have like very, low level type of simulations that we do
you
in
mean, for
computers.
example, like in a rendering that they
rendering
they
or
show
computing,
like
computing the movement of particles or computing the dissipation of heat or
for
all sorts of
example,
different
only
things.
if you watch the thing, then it's gonna be in full resolution as opposed
Yeah,
to
that's
if
that's
you're
an
not.
example. Yeah. Or perhaps, yeah, so basically if you're in control of the computer system and the rules, that run in the simulation are changeable. They're malleable to you because you're the one that programmed them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps if we are living in a simulation, perhaps other regions of space-time have different rules, or maybe the rules change over time, or maybe the rules change for a specific sector, are different for a specific sector or scale, or there could be any number of. And then if we put aside the simulation theory,
It's funny that a lot of physicists today are actually thinking seriously about the simulation theory.
I don't think it's funny. I think there's a high probability that we don't reside in base reality.
But then, what's the base reality?
There's no way to answer that question.
But
We basically
this theory, the simulation theory,
Hmm.
it says that we are living like in a something inside another thing. So there's a way to
At least
understand this other thing.
no, not necessarily. That's like saying if you put a rat in a lead box and you give it all the food that it needs to live in there, that it can somehow surmise what the world is like.
Theoretically, yes.
How? If it can't leave the box?
Like give it 1,000,000 years and it's gonna evolve to something else. Theoretically, yeah, it
Perhaps.
can.
But maybe your senses are not, you don't have the right sense organs to grasp
maybe you
that
can
other.
develop them.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a possibility. I think with technology, probably most things that you can imagine are theoretically possible. And then we go back to the sentence that we usually land on for some reason,
Which one?
that a sufficient enough technology is indistinguishable from
Yeah.
magic. Everything leads back to that sentence somehow.
What would Grant Morrison say, or Alan Moore?
I think you know what Alan Moore would say. Having listened to a few of his interviews before, or yeah, monologues. I think Alan Moore would say, if I had to guess, that the way that he sees reality is more in line with consciousness is the primary stuff of existence, and matter is like either secondary or tertiary.
Yeah. But in a deeper voice.
Mm-hmm. And with a better accent. More interesting accent.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a better accent, but Alan Moore is he talks like in a way that you can understand very easily, as opposed to Grant Morrison, who's like more chaotic, I guess.
And I don't recall Grant Morrison hearing him speak.
He's like the one with the very Scottish accent, heavy Scottish accent.
Mm.
Maybe not that heavy.
Right.
I'm
So,
sorry, they.
well, I
They
mean,
are.
I'm pretty sure Grant Morrison refers to himself as he, but
No, no, no.
no,
No,
he doesn't. They don't.
they don't. No.
Really?
They're they.
Oh, I thought that was more of the younger generation,
Most of the time, yeah.
right?
But they are they. Definitely they.
Okay. Yeah. There's going to be a competition at our climbing wall in which we have membership, and it starts in 2 days.
But
And
I'm injured.
you're a bit injured. We don't know. It doesn't seem to be anything serious, but yeah, you had a slight pain in your knee while climbing,
Yeah.
and we're giving it a few days to see what it feels like.
Okay, I finished the characters' lines.
Yeah.
Which can fix this blob that happened here.
Right.
I have I have a new Molotov. I was trying to use it for the whites, but still not sure if it's better than Oscar or not. Because I'm used to use. Oh my god!
What happened?
Too much spilled. Too much
I'll be back
white ink. Okay, so I was saying I'm trying to use this new white pen. Most of the time I use a Posca, and was trying to use this new one I ordered. Let's try to fix it. I'll go over it again with
I'm back.
So I was trying to use the whiteout, but
What happened?
it got spilled too much ink.
On the page?
Yeah,
Oh no.
not like a huge amount, like
Oh.
two.
Oh.
I don't know, something happened in this
But
corner.
it looks better
Doesn't
though
work.
now than it did before.
Does it?
Yeah.
So I bought the Molotov
Right.
because I've been using this Posca pens. This is empty. And so you can buy the Molotov ones
Yeah.
in a where they come empty. So
Uh-huh.
you can fill them up with any kinds of ink that you want.
Right.
And I was trying last time to use the same ink I'm using for with the dip pens,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure that the ink is good for like huge surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered another type of ink like the original that Molotov uses,
Right.
and we'll see when it arrives. But I do have this, which is nice, but we'll see if it works for like bigger areas.
What was that? It was like a
It was a Molotov.
Oh yeah, but it just comes with the black in it, right?
Yeah,
The
but you
ink.
can refill it afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Once it goes
Yeah.
out, you can fill it with any type of ink you want.
Right.
And I ordered the original Molotov refill instead of this
Do you
ink
think
that
you
I
can get
used
any
here.
color that they make in a refill?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And I thought Molotov was acrylic.
it's acrylic. It
Okay.
is acrylic.
Yeah.
It's acrylic ink.
Mm-hmm.
The same. So this is acrylic ink as well. Most of the inks you use are considered acrylic because they have like it's some sort of glue inside.
Right. But if there's like a binding agent in it, then I never understood, like it was always a mystery to me how they get it to flow outside of the nib if there's a binding agent.
Because it's
It's
not
more
that
liquid.
thick. It's yeah,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
more
it's a low
liquid.
viscosity
Mm-hmm.
binding agent. Yeah. So I've been looking to order basically online a low viscosity acrylic medium that's clear, and I haven't been able to find
Maybe
anything.
you should you should try the inking acrylic ink.
No, I mean the medium, just the medium, clear medium that I can add pigments to or other acrylic
They
colors
have
to.
clear medium for.
But I only find the thick ones. I haven't been able to find, but I wasn't looking. I only looked for like half an hour. I think I can probably find thinner ones as well because I've been doing painting on brush painting on miniatures basically, not Warhammer, more like mech suits.
You can show them if you want.
Oh, well, where was? Can you turn the light on for a sec?
Yeah.
Above you. So this is the recent. I did a lot of. Here, let's see. I did a lot of modifications to the actual kit. So this is posable as well. A lot of modifications and then painting as well. So which camera is it? This one? Let's try to see if it can focus. No, it won't focus.
You should put your hand underneath,
Oh,
behind it.
Behind it. Is that what the?
But closer to it.
I can't. This? Oh well, it won't focus, but
Now it's focused.
yeah, I moved it further away. Yeah, so I've been looking for the medium because I've been using all kinds of different types of paints actually, not just acrylic, but there's a part of the process in which it is acrylic, and yeah, I mean you could, because acrylic dries very quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could
yeah,
use a retarder or some sort of medium to let it allow you to manipulate the paint a little bit for a longer period of time before it actually
oh, you can use a thinner or
yeah. But then yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want to use a thinner. I think I'm looking more for like a binder or a medium.
so, the same company that makes the ink, usually they also have like a clear one that it's, if you use it, it opens up the paint again.
Right. Not after it's dried.
No,
No.
not after it's completely dried, because
Yeah.
then it's like a solid
Right. It turns into basically like
glue.
solid glue. Yeah.
But why do you need it?
It will give me more time to work with the colors on the model itself.
And you need more time?
A little bit more. I'd like to have the ability to influence the amount of time that the paint, takes to dry. But then I know that there is such a thing called a wet palette in which you can put acrylics on the palette and it keeps it moist.
Yeah.
But that's for keeping the paint for longer time
Maybe you should
before
use
you apply
water.
it. Right?
You can use watercolor.
No, I have been.
Instead of
No, I
acrylic.
have been using watercolor. Watercolor is the last stage, or the next to last stage that I've been doing has been using watercolor. So I basically go from like the strongest paints to the thinnest or easily manipulated paints.
But maybe you can use watercolor for the base.
No, because watercolor doesn't have, you can't,
It's
it's not
transparent.
yeah, it's not opaque, so you can't get any bright colors.
Yeah.
It's not a, but it's good for staining. So doing like oil stains, rust, and some like darkening of regions and shadows and stuff like that you can do with watercolor.
The only medium I use where it's like it's drying slower is water, and you can reactivate it. It's watercolor.
So a part of the process has also been using enamel paints, which is basically like an oil type of paint, and that takes a very long time to cure, to dry.
Okay, then why not use this?
Because it takes too long. I don't want to wait 48 hours for something that I've painted to stabilize and cure.
Yeah.
But I also don't want it to happen in 1 minute. So something in between. I've been looking for. I'll find a medium to use with acrylics probably.
Yeah. So now I'm going and started blacking out the black spots and parts of the drawing. And I start with the points and tips of the black shapes, because these are the parts that are needs to be more accurate.
Yeah.
So I start with a smaller pen for it,
Uh-huh.
and then I go afterwards and do the rest of it with a larger pen.
For those of you who are regular here to the channel or to the live streams, you have probably seen this process before and heard Nir talk about the as order of operations.
Mode of operations.
Order of operations.
Order.
Yeah. You have the outline and then you go into the tight corners and then you...
Yeah, I start with the outline of the characters and specifically with the eyes.
Right.
I don't know why. I always start. I think the eyes are the parts that I think needs to be the most accurate, because it's
Right.
uh, the first things you see in on a page will be faces.
Mm-hmm.
So you scan it and you see like the faces, and in the face, the second thing that you look at specifically is the eyes.
The second thing? Oh, so you're saying you look at the head and then you look at the eyes?
Yeah, you look at the face
Mm.
and then the eyes.
Right.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless there's something that is very, very like screamingly like apparent in the page.
Yeah, like some sort of huge color change in a
Yeah.
region, or a very fluorescent color, very striking neon,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you have
Or something very graphic, like
something graphic,
violent,
yeah. Or maybe you have sort of like designed the motion of the eye on the page in such a way to go to something else first. So like a lot of lines pointing in a certain direction.
Even though if
Right.
you do that,
Yeah.
if you have any face on the page, people will probably look at
the
the face
first, because I think
unless
that
it's
gives...
very, very small like this.
Right, yeah. I think it's because we're programmed to do that so that we have like context clues for what the situation is that we're looking at.
So that's the reason I'm doing the eyes first, because it's more, you need to be more precise.
But that doesn't explain why you do them first. Why can't you be more precise at the end?
The explanation is that I want to get rid of it, because it's easier for me to do the other stuff. I want to do make sure I do the eyes first, and if I make a mistake, it doesn't like ruin the entire image.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. So you're basically
so I'll do the eyes first,
placing a flag in the moonscape of your page, and then you can like get on to the other experiments.
Yeah. And then I do the entire outline of the figures first, without drawing the backgrounds at all. And when I do the sketches, it's like it's actually it's not the same, because I do the layouts first. So layouts, I'm not drawing eyes at all. I'm just drawing like the basic shapes of the characters. It's gonna be, the face is gonna be like a circle and stuff like that.
You only have an indication of what direction, like the angle of the head and what that direction they're looking.
Exactly.
But there's no detailing.
There's no detailing, but there is like the general shape of the body. Like
right. Yeah.
There's arms and legs and head.
More detailed than a stick figure, but not...
Yeah.
Do you also have a way to differentiate between your different characters, or are they all sort of like doll bodies?
It's doll bodies, and I usually write the first character of the name of the character above the head,
right?
Just for me to remember which one is it. It is.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget to do that, and then I have to go back and see which one I'm supposed to be drawing now.
Right.
If I have something very distinct in the character, maybe like a, I don't know, a different type of face, like here, I would like indicate it, but
Mm-hmm.
mostly no. And yeah, so the backgrounds I do like in the sketch very loose, and I do them more the more work is done in the inking stage. For here, for example, you see there's the you can see the tree here, but there's no details at all.
Right. So how long do you think we've been streaming today for, if you had to guess?
If you're asking that, then it's gonna be an hour and a half.
It's exactly an hour and a half, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna sign off for today. Thank you everyone for joining us in the live stream.
Wait. I'm just
And
gonna show the
yeah, we always
page
do that,
before.
right?
Mm,
That's very
we
cool.
actually forgot to show the page that I finished last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we do.
You could show it if you wanted to.
Yeah, I can. So I think I have like another 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours
Of work on the page
of
altogether.
work on this page. So last time, what was it? I think it was this. Yeah,
Yeah, it
this
was.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so we talked a lot about the car
Vehicles.
here.
Yeah.
And so it's the same story, but not the same characters here.
Right.
But basically I have all the blacks and then the backgrounds and then details and rendering.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay.
So we'll just switch over to this camera. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.